it's me not being able to be serious with her. So she think that I play too much. Like she think I don't take nothing serious. She think I'm a joke. She think I'm a whore. You understand what I'm saying? She think I'm just a whore ass nigga that play all day and don't take nothing serious. But that's for her. But my reason is you don't activate. You don't activate that. You don't activate that side. Like you don't act like I want to change my name. I want to like that's something that I'm looking into. Like you don't activate like I want to be like a lava that keeps me soon.
Being a popular personality on reality TV and a rising star in the rap industry, Khaotic had always thrived in the midst of turmoil. He was aware that everyone was observing him and that he had advanced from his humble origins to establish a reputation in a field that was both glitzy and brutal. However, despite the chaos, one thing remained constant. Khaotic was really proud of his dedication to his relationships, friends, and family. He was drawn to Erica Banks like a moth to a flame since dedication was the foundation of his life. Erica was more than just a lovely face. She was a power couple in the rap industry. She was talented, ambitious, and fiery in the best way imaginable. Living from the outside in, they seemed like a match made in heaven at first glance. Fans adored it when they regularly shared their experiences, victories, and indisputable synergy with the glow. While it was clear that Erica and Chaos were relishing the limelight of their public affair, many were unaware of the stress that was beginning to. Lil Khaotic was no fool. He knew that people would stop at nothing to get what they wanted, and that the industry was full of temptations and diversions. He trusted Erica with pleasure, but as time went on, doubts started to creep in. He heard rumors about other men on the street, but they were so vague that he thought they were false. Perhaps he was overanalyzing things since he was preoccupied with his profession, and Erica had her own objectives to pursue, but the thought kept coming back to him like a nagging itch. Nothing could have prepared him for the storm that was about to erupt one late night, but he had learned the hard way that relationships in the spotlight weren't easy. At the studio, Night Chaos was engaged in his latest project when his phone buzzed on the table and an unidentified notice appeared on the screen. He took a moment to look at it, expecting to see something routine, but it was from a valued business acquaintance, and the message was clear: you have to see this.
No, you need to be high. You letting that shit because this is in about our labor. This is all with me.
When Chaos's curiosity was piqued, he opened the letter to find that it contained a series of images that would change everything, which was entirely different from what he had expected. In the first image, Lil Scrappy, a fellow rapper whom Chaos considered a colleague and a friend, the second image was more telling because it featured Lil Scrappy and Erica Banks sitting close to each other, smiling, and drinking drinks in what seemed to be an intimate setting. The final image hit like a ton of bricks. Erica and Scrappy sharing a hotel room. A moment that screamed betrayal was when her head was resting on his shoulder, looking completely at ease. He was unable to comprehend what he was seeing, and his mind went blank. How did this occur? He had put his trust in Erica and Scrappy. The images made me sick to my stomach. Staring at his phone for what felt like hours, he tried to make sense of a blow that struck him in the very core of his existence, yet it was clear what had happened. Erica had stayed the night with someone else, not just any man. Khaotic confided in someone with whom he had been friends for years.
What am I doing here as a man, bro? If I just sit here and let a woman just run over me, girl, like I'm not.
He felt hurt, a type of emotional agony he hadn't expected to feel as much as he wanted to confront Erica right then. But more than that, his wrath was growing. Erica's involvement with someone else was only one aspect of the betrayal. The friendship and trust were also damaged. He couldn't resist the wave of emotions that swept over him, but something in his gut urged him to wait since the last thing he wanted to do was act hastily. The impulse to phone Erica and demand an explanation was irresistible, but he knew he needed to take some time to collect himself. His thoughts, Erica started getting a ton of calls and texts the next day. She felt something wasn't right and reached out, but Khaotic didn't respond because he wasn't ready to hear her explanation or her side of the tale. The trust had been shattered. Hours after he realized it couldn't be fixed, Erica's calls became increasingly frequent. Frequently, he finally picked up the phone because he could no longer stand her. She kept trying to explain away what had happened, but he didn't want to hear it or her explanation since his heart was pounding. She said that nothing had happened during their enjoyable night out with Scrappy, but chaos could hear her excuses lacked conviction, and she sounded uncertain. Nothing Erica said could undo the damage that had been done. I saw the pictures. How could you have harmed me like this? Chaos's voice cracked, showing the pain he was going through. It was one of his rare moments of weakness, a moment that cut through the arrogance he usually portrayed. I'm sorry, Chaos. I assure you, it's not what it seems. With regret in her voice, Erica pleaded. On your part, there is no comprehension. Khaotic quickly stopped the conversation because he didn't want to hear much more, and it ended with a mix of annoyance and tears. You've damaged everything, including my trust. I'm sorry. I couldn't stand the betrayal.
But you be the one that you started all the stuff. No, you do, and I love you. You started the okay. Like, it's not okay. You got a woman that really loves you.
No, she don't love
Bro,
you.
you gotta stand
You
up.
ain't been right there. You ain't been right there the whole time.
You gotta fight
You ain't been right there the whole time. She don't mean
I gotta go. You ain't with that mama. They said that Saddam break.
Due to the influx of comments from Swift fans and social media followers, the incident became the talk of the industry. Fans were eager to support Erica, claiming that there was more to the story than the chaos, while others sided with Chaos and chastised her for her actions. Even though pictures weren't always proof, Chaos didn't care what the fans thought because nothing on the internet could heal his damaged heart. As the days passed, the pain of betrayal remained, and Chaos started to question everything, so he retreated into himself and kept a low profile. His friendships and his place in the world were connected to Erica. The industry, which had once felt like home, now felt like a weird place full of dangerous individuals who could betray you at any time. He worked on his song alone for several nights in order to release his. He dealt with the emotional damage caused by the betrayal by channeling his sadness and suffering into this job, which allowed him to transform it into something positive. However, despite his best efforts, the wounds continued, and Erica made an effort to reach out in them. Although the weeks that followed were busy, he was certain that too much had happened, and that the trust he had lost might never return. There were a lot of whispers in the industry, but Scrappy didn't want to hear them, so he remained mute and avoided the issue. After several months, Chaos stopped being the center of attention. The scar would never disappear, but the pain began to subside. He was forced to learn a hard lesson about loyalty. Betrayal may happen at any time and from the most unexpected sources, even in a society where mutual trust is the cornerstone. David regained his identity and focused on his career, relationships, and mental health. He had been changed by heartbreak, but not destroyed. Rather, it had taught him that he could ultimately rely solely on himself.
Erica Banks used to be thinking that she was gonna break my bank,
Okay.
and that was not happening. I was giving a small budget, but it was like she wanted to go over. So it was like, I mean, because get what a small budget to me might be a large budget to somebody else.
Well, it's like, but to Erica, she kept going over. Yeah,
No, see, like I said, unrealistic. A budget for me is real. This is a realistic budget.
real number. Like, what's that real number?
But you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're not gonna keep up with the Joneses off mine.